Pro Bowl, Superdome, New Orleans, Louisiana. No score after the first quarter. The sitting announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Football League. And right now, we are going to pause 5 seconds and allow our local stations all along the line to identify themselves.
Channel 7, Chicago.
Down the field, Dave Dials is with John Gilliam of the Minnesota Vikings, and John had quite a year. David?
Frank, thank you. The man with me, John Gilliam of the Vikings, 50 receptions, 7 for touchdowns. More than that, he's a great guy off the field. John, tell us a little something that you're doing with the young people, the responsibility that you feel.
Well, Dave, first of all, I'd like to say that I live in Atlanta during the all-season. And the year before last, I did some youth work with a baseball program there, and looking forward to doing some of the same thing this year.
Is the game still fun for you? You got out of it for a while, kind of went to the World Football League, but it's almost like you haven't been gone. You were in the Pro Bowl last year, Super Bowl last year. Here you are again.
Well, that's true, Dave. This is my 9th year, and I'm still enjoying the game. I feel as though, you know, when it gets to the point that I'm not enjoying the game, I'm going to hang it up. But right now, I feel as though I can play about 10 or 15 more years.
You don't make it any fun for the defensive backs, John. Now back upstairs.
Thank you, David. Thank you, John. Lydell Mitchell lost a yard. His second down and 11. Rich Castor comes in at tight end, number 88. Castor from the Jets. And Anderson goes right to the air. And he draws a crowd. Sutton misses, but down goes Anderson back at the 18-yard line. Cedric Hardman was there. And number 58, Isaiah Robertson. Lost all the way back to the 18-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 19. John Riggins now checks in, also of the New York Jets. He's number 44. Had a big year with the Jets.
Isn't he the first Jet that went over 1,000 yards in the history?
That's right. Surpassed Matt Snell's previous rushing record for the Jets.
Out to the right goes Isaac Curtis, the favorite target of Kenny Anderson. And Rich Castor does not hold on inside the 10-yard line. Jeff Seaman, number 50 from Minnesota, was there along with the Rams' Isaiah Robertson for the National Conference.
In our last preseason game before the regular season started, the Jets beat the Redskins 35-31. It was during that telecast that Frank Gifford proclaimed Richard Castor the best tight end in the league. Does that opinion still obtain, Frank?
Yes, it does.
Why do you constantly put him on the spot like that?
If I were starting an offensive team, he would be my tight end I would pick. Fake field goal. Fake field goal by Ray Guy, the punter. And it did not fool anyone. Well, I guess maybe he dropped the ball. Let's take a look again. Ray Guy is a fine athlete. We'll take a look at it in just a moment when we return to the Superdome in New Orleans.
This is when you find out how good your car insurance company really is. Agent Dick Ingalls talks about State Farm claims.
You know, I found that most folks are just tickled to death when they really find out how simple our system of handling claims is. And that claim starts when you contact your agent. One of the ways our system works is we might ask you to just drop in one of our driving claim service centers. If your car is not drivable, we'll send one of our claims representatives to your car. In many cases, the customer can come by the office and we can take care of it right here. No hassle, no problem, and he's tickled to death. What I'm trying to say is this: if you have a claim with State Farm, by golly, we're going to get on that claim pronto. It's going to be handled fast, and it's going to be handled fair. And that's the truth.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is
there. A moment ago, Ray Guy was holding for Jan Stenerud, one of the best fakes you'll ever see on a fake field goal attempt. Ray Guy rolling out. Obviously does not fool number 55, Chris Hamburger, the Washington Redskins. The National Conference takes over. And you saw Ray Guy just did not handle the ball. That's not his role. It has not been with Oakland. Has not had too much practice. From their own 27-yard line, the National Conference, we have no score in the football game. Jim Otis, the National Conference leading rusher. From the St. Louis Cardinals, There's another leading rusher.
Put her in, Frank.
Otis gets out to the 29-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Otis started his career right here in New Orleans. Originally a 9th-round draft pick of the Saints. Made it off to Kansas City and then came on waivers to the Cardinals, but this year he went over 1,000 yards. Here he comes again, Otis, and he has not quite the yardage for the first down, getting out to the 35-yard line, about a yard short. Jack Lambert made the stop.
Otis has had an amazing career, really. A maligned player, not supposed to be quick enough, strong enough, really, to be a fullback in the league and all the rest. Hank Stram was faulted by some Kansas City fans when Hank was there. He's the new coach of New Orleans, of course, for letting Otis go. But at the time, Hank was well set with number 38, Wendell Hayes, out of Humboldt State. And he did the right thing, I think. Be careful, be careful, be careful. He came into his own, Otis did, with the Cardinals.
3rd down and 2. 2 tight ends are in. Otis very close to the first down. I believe he has it. Hitting over the left side behind all-pro tackle Ron Yeri and Ed White, the left guard. Mel Blunt from Pittsburgh up there to make the stop. Mel Blunt, we hope we get a chance to talk about him because he had a sensational year this year for the Steelers.
11 intercepts, led the league.
You know, and that was almost as many as he made in the previous 4 years that he played. That looks like Fred Dreyer. There he is.
Yeah, that's Fred Dreyer, and you can tell he's a free soul. There's no question about it. He's getting ready to be Santa Claus next Christmas. He's a very tough man, very quick. That's his, his big asset is he's terribly quick.
The first down at the 37-yard line of the National Conference. And McCutcheon, I believe, was in motion. And Hart gets the ball off to Charlie Sanders, but this is going to come back, I believe.
You're right, Giff. All to no avail. McCutcheon was in motion. They'll face off the illegal procedure penalty.
Referee Fred Silva working the game tonight.
You know, Howard, a lot of people marvel at the fact that you can take an all-star team and put it together within a week. As far as offensive plays are concerned, they can't understand how they can do it so well and execute it so well. And in reality, though, the plays in the National Football League are just about the same. Maybe the terminology is a little different, but they're basically the same kind of plays.
Well, as an evidence of what you're speaking about, hello, Chuck. Good to see you. Chuck Knox said he was going to use 13 to 20 running plays and about the same number of passing plays. Madden said, we're going to show a lot more than you would have expected.
First down and 15. It was McCutcheon in motion. The ball is at the 32-yard line. There is no score. We're in the second quarter. Jim Otis tries the middle again. Gets 3 yards up over the 30-yard line. Franco Harris, an incredible year. Well, what an incredible career already in just 4 short years.
He can do everything but tug a war.
He can do it all. He'll, of course, will be in the Superstars, which returned. And this Sunday coming up, the Superstars will feature baseball's Mike Schmidt, Bill Madlock, and Jim Palmer, Madlock rather, Jim Palmer, and a men's preliminary. Superstars, Sunday at 2 Eastern, 1 Central, and 12:30 Pacific over most of these ABC stations. Second down and 12. That's the time for Hart, but good coverage. Number 23, Mike Wagner, picking up tight end Charlie Sanders downfield.
I want to tell you, Frank, we didn't have it on the screen, but what a job 18 Emmett Thomas did on 42 Charlie Taylor. I think we should mention that you've got the same regular bump and run situation in this game. Frank earlier talked about different rules for this game. You can only blitz or red dog on 3rd down with 3 yards or less to go for the first. But Emmett Thomas played the bump and run then against Charlie, gave him his one chuck and covered him beautifully.
3rd down and 12. 10:58 remaining in the first half. No score, surprisingly. Hart had the time, but he had to unload as the pocket collapsed. He was going again to his tight end, Charlie Sanders. And in there, hustling all over for Jim Hart was Alvin Bethea of the Houston Oilers.
Well, now we face the We face the possibility of the gondola rule right now. We've got a punt coming up. There's the gondola.
You like that rule, don't you?
Yep. Ray Guy hit it consistently in practice. And if you hit the gondola and there's no penalty on the play, you've got to kick all over again, right back to the line of scrimmage.
If you hit the gondola, a duck comes down and awards you $100.
John James will punt of the Atlanta Falcons. And he doesn't come close. Billy Johnson loses the ball. And watch out.
Be careful. This guy can do it to you. Watch this. Look at this.
Billy White Shoes Johnson. He returned 3 for touchdowns during the course of the year. We'll look at it when we return.